It's not that we can predict, but we have to have the capacity to think about what might be.
The affected populations themselves are becoming responders, so they are partners in response, and they have very strong networks, and they can communicate easily with the better use of technologies.
Internationally, actors from developing countries are starting to structure their responses and responding in neighboring countries more and more.
Islamic charities, states like Qatar, they want to bring their own experience, their own way of looking at crises.
We need to recognize that in many crises they will be better suited as respondents.
Governments, be it President Obama's government or be it the government of Myanmar, realizes that the way we handle crises will determine in so many ways how and whether we will survive.
I think all actors recognize that the state has a key role to play. But on the more negative side, there is the risk that with capacity comes also the desire to control, and to control, for example, who gets assistance and who doesn't.
Humanitarian relief and development have been siloed, and humanitarian actors are becoming very conscious about the obvious link between relief and development.
There's a need to redefine what is humanitarian, and it's a process that is ongoing.
We need to focus on building partnership with the private sector, who is not necessarily familiar with the whole humanitarian system, but I think more and more and increasingly they are becoming a key player.
The system needs to be able to reward creativity, flexibility, the ability to innovate, because at the moment everything is experimented at a very local level or on a very small scale.
My dream would be to transform the United Nations. It cannot, in other words, balance its role of negotiation, its role of promoting access, as well as implementation.
I think we can also improve the way in which we learn from the lessons. We do a lot of evaluations, but we are not always good at implementing those recommendations and reviewing the actions that we have taken.
I think we're going to see far more interaction between technological crises and natural hazards. And I think the implications of this are extraordinary.
The humanitarian actors will need really to be much more proactive as well, thinking about those shifts in the world and thinking about really how you are more effective by building people's resilience.
These are the kind of issues that really the humanitarian sector of the future, or in anticipating the future, has to start thinking about.